Hey kids, what time is it?
What time is it?
It's community conversations time.
It's community conversations time. That's right. From the beaches of South Florida to the hills of Tennessee. From New York to Hawaii. Tell your friends that Community Conversations is about to inform the next generation with news, without fear, and educate them without opinion.
And a warm South Florida and Costa Rica welcome to all of you.
This 1 hour forum deepens connections, and it provides discussions on a range of topics including social emotional issues, improving relations with law enforcement, post-secondary education, careers, health and wellness, politics and race, inclusion and equality.
Focus on an initiative. Case in point tonight, you all were speaking about gun violence. Since I've been growing up, that's been a thing, especially living here in Florida.
Community Conversations, where it's all about highlighting the talented youth in our communities and the great things that they are doing.
In terms of encouraging women's involvement in civil rights activism.
Community Conversations.
Hello, it is now 7 p.m. I'm Amir Anderson.
And I'm Whitney Charles.
And a pleasant South Florida. Welcome to all of you to this episode of Community Conversations. Tonight we are coming to you from the Amazon Hub, the studios of Amazon Hub. If you know someone who should be hanging with us, please take a moment and call or text them and let them know that Community Conversations is on.
Yes, and over the past 3 years, we have broadcast from the state's only Black-owned golf course in Palm City. We came to you from the penthouse overlooking the Atlantic Ocean in the Dade County city of Surfside. And a few weeks ago, we were at Pompey Park for the Go Red event. We are committed to ensuring you have the latest local news about youth, whether it's about them doing great things in school, on the athletic field or court, or even in their houses of worship. We want to highlight the positive things young people are doing in our community. Remember, if it's good news, no news is too small for us to cover.
Here at Community Conversations, we take full advantage of remote technology to engage the next generation with news that will without fear and educate without opinion. The White House is officially pulling the plug on TikTok. It is now giving a federal agencies a deadline of 30 days to delete the Chinese-owned apps from their devices. The order follows similar actions by Canada, the European Union, and more than half of the U.S. states. The reason TikTok's potential for spying, lawmakers believe the app's owners, ByteDance, might share the personal information of government employees with the Chinese Communist Party. Some American politicians, though, are calling for an even bigger ban, one that extends beyond federal workers to all 100 million TikTok users in the U.S. Representative Mike McCall likes the app to a spy balloon in your phone, and he is trying to give President Biden authority to call for a nationwide ban. If his measures make it out of committee, it'll go to the whole House and then the Senate for a vote.
Wow. Now, it's among the last major cities in the world to return to normal. Starting today, a whopping 959 days after it went into effect, Hong Kong's COVID mask mandate is no more. That means, for the first time in nearly 3 years, residents can show their smiling faces in all public settings. Until Wednesday, not wearing one was an expensive gamble. Fines for rule breakers sometimes topped $1,000. Wow. Another BTS singer is in the army now. According to his management team, J-Hope began the process of enlisting and will soon join Jin, who began his mandatory military service back in December. Almost all men in South Korea are required to serve for 18 months, and the members of BTS are no exception. The band is currently taking a break to allow for each of the singers to cycle through the service requirement. They're not expected to regroup until 2025, but that doesn't mean they aren't making a ton of money on hiatus. J Hope is releasing a solo single later this week, and today, LEGO launches its BTS set. It's called Dynamite, after one of the band's famous music videos, and is designed to let fans recreate the look of the set, right down to the donut shop, basketball court, and palm trees.
Most 9-year-olds are either in third grade or fourth grade. Not David Balgun of Pennsylvania. He just graduated from high school. David's parents knew something was up early at the first grade, let him skip to second. And when the pandemic hit, moved him right into online classes. It took the star student less than 3 years to get his diploma, and he finished with a GPA of more than 4.0. David is one of the youngest known high school students graduate, the only person to graduate younger than him, according to the oldest.org, is Michael Kearney, who still holds the Guinness record for wrapping up high school at the age of 6. Next up for David is college. He's currently considering Princeton, Harvard at the University of Pennsylvania, en route to becoming an astrophysicist.
The Rivera Beach Heights Garden will be buzzing tomorrow, not from butterflies or bees, but from students in the Success and Accountability Network. The students will learn about cooking with natural ingredients, as well as the various herbs that are in the garden and their uses, such as medicinal purposes. The session is the 8th of an 11-part program. Breaking news from our news desk. Congratulations to Delray. Congratulations to Delray Beach's Tavarius Jackson, or TJ, who has joined the coaching staff at Bethune-Cookman University. You probably recall Mr. Jackson as Atlantic High School's coach, who took the Eagles to a Tri-County championship in 2020. Jackson led Atlantic to a 6-1 record that past season, and a Class 7A Tri-County Gold title after the Palm Beach County School District opted out of the state postseason series.
Aside from being a successful coach, Mr. Jackson has also been giving back to his community, whether it be fundraising, tutoring, or helping kids pay for meals or equipment. In 2005, he started a nonprofit organization, Prep and Sports Inc., that turns struggling youth into scholar students through academic and emotional support, as well as a training athletes on the field. I should also add that Mr. Jackson is a proud product of KOP Mentoring Network. And now it is that time for the Trending Now with Mr. John and Mr. Cimarron.
When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom. Well, I'm gonna get, 'cause it's my freedom.
Well, we have misspoken. Mr. Ciron is running late as usual, so we'll just have to continue for now. We'll get back to him later when he comes on time.
We would like a big birthday shout out to Miss M. Sue Jackson, Miss Chris Harvey, M. Vog, Mr. Pearl Burke, Mr. George Ryan, Mr. Bobby Jones Jenkins, and Mr. Marlo Johnson Hazel, from all your friends here at Community Conversations.
Happy birthday. If you are a college graduate and are seeking a paid internship at a Fortune 500 company, we may have a gig for you at companies such as State Farm, Walmart, and the Congressional Black Caucus. Contact us at 561-665-0151. Again, that's 561-665-0151. A huge thanks to all the adults, parents, grandparents, educators, and responsible community servants who every Friday night hang out with us to share ideas and instill value in us, the leaders of tomorrow. We hear from you in the streets, we get your texts and your emails, and we value your feedback. You are indeed contributing to your community as our mentors. And for that, we say thank you. A warm shout out to our team of mentors, Ms. Suzette Franklin, Ms. Kitty London, Mr. James T. Thomas, Ms. Jessie Weir, Mr. Dion Jefferson, Ms. Priscilla M. Willingham, Mr. Ted White, Mr. Roy Jenkins, and Ms. Nastasia Dillon. We thank you for investing your time in us. We do not take your time for granted.
We are coming to you from Amazon Hub Studios in Delray Beach. If you are hanging out in the area, you have time to stop by and stick your head in and say hello. You never know what you may receive one of our gift cards that we're giving away tonight. If you're a survivor of COVID-19, we need to hear from you. We want to document the personal struggles brought on by the coronavirus pandemic and are seeking survivors to be part of our discussion on an upcoming show. Call 561-665-0151 for more information.
This segment is brought to you by Stewart and Shelby Development, which has been providing quality construction services for private clients, businesses, and various nonprofit agencies throughout Palm Beach County since 2006. The partners have more than 75 years of experience combined in the construction industry and have been a major contributor to the development and contracting industry in South Florida for 30 years.
Several of you have been sending us videos that you felt are funny, and sometimes some of them are actually hilarious. So we decided to share some of them with you. If you come across a video you think will get a laugh from Mr. Ceron, send it in to us at 561-665-0151. You might just win a $50 gas card courtesy of John Peters State Farm and Insurance. And as usual, we leave the segment with the small fries doing their affirmation.
Aren't they just adorable? Well, as you know, KOP Mentoring Network has been working to keep music education alive, and we are very close to reaching our goal. All we need are a few pieces to complete our drum set. If you have a drum set you do not mind parting with, please contact us at 561-665-0151, and we'll make sure to put it to use. It does not matter the condition. Remember, what's one man's junk can be a treasure to a child who has an interest in the arts. Call or text 561-665-0151 and we'll make sure to pick it up.
If you
If you have plans for this weekend, Isabella has an update from the Children's Services Council Weather Desk. So, what will the weather be like this weekend? Hello, fans. Hello, fans. Hello, fans. As you brace it, as we kick off the weather, brace yourselves for some sunny skies and some warm weather.
If you're planning on venturing out tonight, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a low of 71 degrees. Winds will be south at 15 to 25 miles. Higher wind gusts could be possible. Tomorrow we will have a sun and a few passing clouds. The high will be around 92 degrees, where winds will be out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow evening there will be a clear skies. The low will be around 63 degrees. Winds will be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The sun will rise at 6:41 a.m. and sink at 6:23 p.m. Sunday there will be intervals of clouds and sunshine with a slight chance of rain shower. There's a high around 85 degrees and you can expect winds coming in the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday night, a few clouds will clear skies. The low will be at 70 degrees, while winds are east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunrise is at 6:40 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:24 p.m. Until next time, that has been your weather from the Children's Service Council Weather Desk. Have a fun, warm, and safe weekend. Students, would you like to polish your communication skills? If so, Community Conversation is the place for you. You will learn to record, document, and produce material suitable for radio and television from industry professionals. Take it from me. English is my primary language, and I am practicing my English here on Community Conversations. You will also learn breathing techniques and overcome your fear of public speaking, all while having fun. We are the only youth-run medium for kids, by kids, and about kids, at least in South Florida. And we have a fun as well as we learn. Not to mention, Community Conversation is a powerful tool for telling and preserving the local stories about kids. Give us a call at 561-665-0151 or email Community Conversations Station SPBC at gmail.com to learn how you can be a part of the team. If you like what you're seeing, please let us know by linking us, sharing the page with your contacts, and send us a comment on both Facebook and Instagram. And now let's hear from our sponsors.
Costs are skyrocketing,
while wages are not keeping pace.
1 in 6 families are forced to make impossible choices
between safe homes,
nutritious food,
healthcare,
access to good schools, or reliable transportation.
Which would you choose?
Which would you choose? No family should have to pay more than half their income for a place to live.
Habitat for Humanity is taking a stand.
Habitat for Humanity is taking a stand.
I am taking a stand.
Yo estoy tomando una posición.
I am taking a stand. We are committed to find solutions and create policies
that allow for people to meet their most basic needs.
I believe that no matter where they live or how much they earn,
every family deserves a chance to thrive.
Join us.
Ayúdanos.
Join us.
Join us.
Help make the cost of home something we can all afford.
A warm South Florida welcome to all of our friends who are joining us on KOP Mentoring Network's Facebook pages or on YouTube. As usual, shout out to our friends in the Bahamas, Belize, Canada, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Japan, St. Vincent, Tobago, the UK, and the US Virgin Islands. Please remember to share community conversations on your social media pages. If you missed a show, you can find it on KOP Mentoring Network Facebook pages. And while you are there, do us a favor and follow KOPMN on Facebook, please.
If you are watching us live, or even if you are watching one of our Community Conversation Rewind episodes, take a moment to type your city in the chat so we can give a shout out to your city. You never know when we might broadcast from your city and you may get a tank of gas or courtesy of John Peters State Farm Insurance. Should students be allowed to change their gender identity at school without parental consent? And even over the objections of parents, we want to know your thoughts. If you would like to be a part of our discussion on our upcoming show, please give us a call at 561-665-0151. And now let's head over to Maui, Hawaii, where there's Tyria Macy will introduce the next segment. Tiara.
Here at KOP, we believe that leadership training prepares youth to manage their time, work in a team setting, set goals, start conversations, facilitate meetings, and make effective presentations, all of which are positive life skills that they will carry into adulthood. Please direct your attention to our friend, Mr. John Maxwell, for our Leadership Minute.
Hi, my name is John Maxwell. Today we're going to talk about problem-solving principles. I'm glad you're here with us on Minute with Maxwell, and I'm doing a series of problem-solving principles. In fact, in the last lesson, I talked about the fact that the first thing we need to do is face reality. Just look at the problem as it is. Don't try to change it. Just look at it as it is, because that's how we began to build our foundation for solving the problem. Today, I want to give you the second problem-solving principle. This is a simple one. Ask for help. Ask for help. Now, as a young leader, I was very weak in this area because I thought that asking for help showed that I was a weak leader, that it exposed a weakness in my life. And so I would go off by myself trying to solve the problems. Now, I didn't have the experience to solve the problems, didn't have the wisdom to solve the problems, didn't have the resources to solve the problems, but there I go off. Why was I going off by myself? Because I didn't want to admit that I had a problem and that I didn't know how to solve it. I thought I'm showing too much weakness. And so for a couple of years as a young leader, this was a problem that I had. One day I began to understand that no matter how good I wasn't as good as a bunch of other people coming around me, that none of us are as smart as all of us. So I began to ask for help. One of the things I discovered was that people really like to help you solve problems, especially when it's not their problem. It's kind of like, yeah, let me jump in on this. It's kind of like, I got a bunch of them myself that I'm kind of tired of wearing around. So let me go over into your territory and kind of help you with yours. And if they're not emotionally involved in the problem, they see it much clearer than people that are emotionally involved. So here I'm in the middle of it. I'm emotionally involved. I'm coloring it with all the things I'm thinking, feeling around it. And so therefore, I just need fresh eyes. I need unemotional eyes. And when I started asking for help, guess what I received? Yeah, help. People began to get around me. And all of a sudden, I realized that I didn't diminish myself in their eyes by asking for help. In fact, they loved helping me and it connected with them and I got closer to them. Now notice this, when I asked for help, I didn't diminish myself in their eyes, but I did diminish the problem that I had. So it's kind of a question like, do I want to look good and carry the load all by myself? Or do I want to maybe be a little bit more open, authentic, and honest and let other people into my life and let them help me? Trust me, you'll solve your problems quicker when others help you. Thanks for joining me today on Minute with Maxwell.
You guys will not believe who just walked through the door. It's Mr. C-Ron himself, late as usual.
Okay, let me get over there.
When I move my body just like this, I don't know why, but I feel like freedom. I hear a song that takes me back, and I let go with so much freedom. I'm gonna get, 'cause it's my freedom.
Brother John, what's going on, man?
What's going on, good brother?
Good. Neil, I can't hear anything. She just must be a sabotage. We were working when she was on, and now I'm on. Anyway. So what's going on, bro?
Can't call it, man. What you got going on?
Reading your lips. Someone get Jason in here for me, please. I swear, this has to be a conspiracy. Brother D, what's happening, man?
I'm fantastic, sir. How are you?
Good. I can't hear you, but I can at least read your lips. And let me just add that, Brother John, this is Brother Devin Dobson. He happens to be a Kappa man. And
oh, man.
This community, Jason, I can't hear anything. I don't know what's going on. So
Unfortunately.
they could hear earlier. Now I can't hear. This man has to go anyway. I can't hear anything. Still nothing. Still nothing. So let's make this happen, please. Very embarrassing.
John, can you hear me?
Brother Dobson, why don't you tell us? I know for the last couple of years, you and your team have made it possible for kids around the country to attend a summer camp, if you will, either at Harvard or some Ivy League schools. And let me also add that we have a few students from Palm Beach County, at least 2, who have been products of this program. Why don't you tell us more about this?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
John, you can hear me fantastic.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear now.
Perfect.
It had to be Neil. Yep. Everything blame Neil.
First and foremost, let me just give it back to our host for a quick second. For those of you who don't know, I am originally from Delray Beach, Florida, a product of that community, born and raised, and had the pleasure to be mentored in various capacities by Mr. C. Ron Allen. So definitely appreciate the opportunity to be able to share.
And how old are you now?
Oh man, you got me put my gun.
Oh yeah, you're still young. Don't show your age. Don't tell your age.
Listen, I was about to tell you 10 years younger. That's how I feel. Let's say I'm under 40, so I still got time to hit that under 40 okay. Under 40s Forbes list. But my role here, really is as to act as an ambassador for our overall organization. I'm a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Was a solo member initiated at Lehigh University back in 2005. Yes, so remember, kids, it only takes one. One is more than enough. But I had the opportunity to settle in this area and really get connected with a number of individuals who are, members of the Divine Nine Greek organizations, as well as Prince Hall Masons, Noble Shriners, some Latin organizations. And we formed a coalition called Greeks United International. And our pillars are very, very simple. We're here to educate the youth. We want to make sure we can equip underserved populations, and we want to make sure that we can ensure justice where injustice occurs. And so those are our 3 pillars. And so one of our members, actually one of your fraternity brothers, Brother C. Ron, his nephew was accepted to this very prestigious program at Harvard, med science program. He's specifically interested in the medical field. He's actually currently a freshman enrolled at the university now. And it was right in the middle of the pandemic. It was a program that it really, cost a significant amount of money to be a part of. And, a group of folks were able to rally and raise, thousands of dollars in a relatively short period of time to help this individual. And that led to us being able to have students from all over the country be a part of this program. So we now currently have 2 programs in the Ivy Leagues, as well as some in state schools and HBCUs as well, although we do look to expand. And this particular program, the application deadline is going to be ending 2 weeks from tonight. Mm-hmm. And so, as Mr. Allen mentioned, we did have a young lady from Delray Beach, Nia Brown. She participated in this program just a few years ago. In the height of the pandemic, it was virtual. And then last year, we had a gentleman who actually looks like he's going the right path. He was a fellow Kappa Leaguer like myself, out of West Palm Beach, and he was able. His name's Christian Williams. He was able to be a part of the program. So now the reason why we're so excited this year is that the program is going to be in person. And so these individuals were able to have an incredible opportunity to hear from medical professionals, primarily minority professionals, and go through the simulations of what happens, in the emergency room, what happens during diagnosis, what happens as a part of the overall care treatment. But now there's an opportunity for them to see it in person. And so, it warmed my heart to be able to have, 1 or 2 folks from, the South Florida area, be able to be there. Again, this is a very rigorous, selective program at a top tier institution. So they literally have applicants from all over the world. So there's no guarantees, but I would love to at least see some applications come in from this area. And I do want to put in a small plug. We do have a ongoing mentoring program just launched the last week with Cornell, similar program, Black and Latino minority medical professionals who are going through a six-week series with individuals, and this is for high school and college students who are interested in the medical field. And I know for a fact we have at least 4 individuals from both Palm Beach County as well as near Tampa who have participated in that program, and we may be able to get some people in towards the tail end of that.
Now, Brother G, this program that's nearing the deadline, is that for seniors, high school seniors, or can a freshman, sophomore, does it matter?
So ideally, it would be for someone who's completed at least their freshman year, because we like to be able to take a sample size of a full year of academics as a part of the GPA requirement. That said, we do encourage any high school students, whether you're first year through your senior year, to apply. I will say that, for the sweet spot has definitely been sophomores and juniors, because not only does it give them an opportunity to do it over the summer, but then they have at least 1 or 2 years left as they're preparing for college to talk about the program, to share it with others, to put it on their, college applications, etc.
Right.
And so that is the sweet spot. But again, we're going to review all applications 2 weeks from tonight.
And the deadline is, when is the deadline to apply?
The deadline is Friday, March 17th, close of business. So by the time your show airs, the deadline will have passed.
Well, when I look around here, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 high school seniors, including Neil and Didi in the room, and they can hear you right now. So all 6 at least better apply, because as we always say, Brother John, in baseball, you can't get a home run unless you take a swing. Hey, man, I know your babysitter waiting on you right now. I know you have to go. Thank you, brother. You're always welcome on this show.
Yes, and if you don't mind me sharing the website, if you want more information,
sure, please.
It's GreeksUnitedINTL.com. Again, that's GreeksUnitedINTL.com. You can click there, see all of our information. And of course, Mr. C-Ron knows exactly how to reach me. So again, thank you for what you do. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to share. Congratulations in advance to the students that you're working with who are about to graduate high school. You're entering one of the
our third year, bro. You've been here since the day back in the early days. You were on.
Right.
So it's our third year. Anyway, I know you got to run, Brother John.
Take care, guys.
Speaking of Greeks, this past weekend we had to go to high school, go to college program at FAU. How was that?
Man, it was amazing. We had about 31 students, and they were ranging from 9th grade to seniors. The majority of them came from Boynton Beach High School, so Brother Anthony Lockhart's students, a lot of members from the football team. Good event, man. We partnered with the undergraduate chapter, so Upsilon Theta. And so we started out with an icebreaker, got a chance to know the students. Then we had a college presentation by FAU and Palm Beach State College. And then we went to lunch. Then they had a chance to tour the football facility. They went to FAU men's basketball game and saw the team actually win the conference regular season championship. And then we brought them back just to kind of have a recap. So man, it was great. It was good to, put our arms around these guys and encourage them to think beyond high school and think beyond where they currently are. And so I thought it was great.
Now, was this only for guys, or were they young ladies in the group?
Yeah, no, we our go to high school, go to college. Lately, especially the in-person sessions have focused on young men.
Okay,
young men of color. So so it was young men of color. That was our focus area, and I think between Omicron Upsilon Lambda and Upsilon Theta, I think we did a good job of making it a good event, making the students feel welcomed, and also exposing them to college and what it's like to eat in the cafeteria at FAU, what it's like to...
See, you mentioned eat in the cafeteria and Denia Strong, like, how come I wasn't invited? No, it's for guys only. Guys only, Didi, guys only. This was hosted by the local chapters of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, both the college chapter and the alumni chapter, for guys only. So over here asking me how come we didn't know about this. Well, Brother John just told you. And speaking of fraternities, brother, the commander-in-chief gave major shout out this past week or so to the Divine Nine, which, as you heard a while ago, is a group of Black fraternities and sororities. And he did so during an event at the White House to mark Black History Month. Neil, is he awake up there? Wake him up for me. Roll that video for me, please, if you're awake. See how long Didi, do that for me.
Divine Nine. We're honored to have presidents, all the presidents here tonight. And I want to thank them. And by the way, you know, I'm not, I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. I know where the power is. I know where you think I'm joking. I learned a long time ago about the Divine Nine. That's why I spent so much time at Delaware State campaigning and organizing my campaign.
The Divine Nine, powerful organization. Speaking of the Divine Nine, bro, you about to say?
I want to give a shout out, man. I was on social media, and one of our brothers of Alpha just got the Congressional Medal of Honor, brother Colonel Paris Davis. So shout outs to brother Davis. Just got the Congressional Medal of Honor today. Yeah, so shout outs to that brother.
Way to go. Congressional honor, Congressional Medal of Honor. Now, what is that award for? How is?
Man, it's
one of the. I know it's one of the highest honors that you can get from the president.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do know that that's the one of the highest honors. And so yeah, man, I'm actually doing a quick.
Didi over here doing research on her.
It's the highest military decoration, and it's awarded to recognize American soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, guardians, and Coast Guardsmen who have distinguished themselves by acts of valor.
Acts of valor. Way to go. Way to go. Speaking of valor, the Beehive has officially made it to the Hall of Congress. Wow. Yes, she did. On Wednesday, California Congressman Robert Garcia took to the podium. And Ms. Strawn, guess what? He marked the end of Black History Month, which is, as you know, the month of February on the calendar, and the beginning of Women's History Month, which is March, by celebrating an individual who represents both so well. Now, these two ladies in here dancing and acting up, John, I don't know what they're doing, but do you know who the person is? Who they're talking about? Any idea? Do you know Strawn? They have no idea. Well, we're talking about none other than Beyonce Knowles Carter. You know who that is? Yes, she is. This guy, Garcia, who was elected to his first term back in 2022, he's a congressional congressman from California, took time to give Beyonce her flowers following her historic Grammy wins in February. Went on to say she's an icon, she's a legend, and she's now and forever the moment. He gushed referencing a meme-worthy phrase by Wendy Williams. He went on to incorporate nods to her music throughout the passionate speech. We have a clip for you, which Neil will show in a few minutes. Didi, not yet. Handle that for me, Didi. Take care of that. He went on to say, Beyonce is so much more than a performer and a singer. She's a creator and an artist. When the radio said to speed it up, John, she went slower. Apparently, he reflected on his love for the Break My Soul song. Relax, Neil, relax. You're going to get a chance to play soon. Relax. Man. He reflected on his love for the Break My Soul songstress dating back to when he saw Destiny's Child. What do you know about that? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Kelly Rowland. What do you know about Kelly Rowland?
She's a good singer.
All right. Destiny's Child performed live and deemed her the undisputed queen of pop and R&B.
Beyond her cultural accomplishments, he also noted Beyonce's contributions to politics and her advocacy for underrepresented groups over the years. Beyonce is also a role model for millions across the country, he stated. She stood up for voting rights, for feminism, for women and girls, for my community, the LGBTQ community, and for my generation and so many others. She simply is the greatest of all time. Her story is history. He ended his address to the legislative body by telling Queen Bee, "You are irreplaceable."
You are irreplaceable, Neil. Speaking of which, Dee Dee, why don't you go ahead and play that for me, please?
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to commemorate the end of Black History Month and the beginning of Women's History Month by honoring an individual who represents both so well. She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is now and forever the moment. I want to celebrate none other than who I believe is the undisputed queen of pop and R&B, Beyonce Knowles Carter. Now, a few weeks ago, this brown-skinned girl out of H-Town won her 32nd Grammy, giving her the most Grammy wins of all time. But Beyonce is so much more than a performer and a singer. She's a creator and an artist. When the radio said to speed it up, she went slower. And I'll never forget the time I saw Destiny's Child perform for the very first time. It was life-changing for me and the way I experienced music. I became an instant fan then and have been a huge fan ever since. Beyonce is also a role model for millions across the country. She stood up for voting rights, for feminism, for women and girls, for my community, the LGBTQ plus community. And for my generation and so many others, she simply is the greatest of all time. Her story is history. Mrs. Carter, congratulations on your achievements and for winning the most Grammys ever in the history of our country. You are irreplaceable. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back my time.
Beyonce in the studio with me. No, this is not Queen Bee with me tonight, but this is Commissioner Angie Gray. Commissioner, welcome to Community Conversations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good, good, good. When what a lot of people don't know is long before Commissioner's political career began, she was a KOP mom. Her son came through this program many years ago. And she was also, John, one of our volunteers when we first started at Atlantic Community High School back in the day.
Yes.
So she has been a KOP, part of the KOP family for many, many years. But as you know, folks, the election, John, is election in Delray Beach will decide who will fill 2 seats on the city commission in exactly probably 13 days from now. Am I correct? 11 days or so.
Yes.
11 days from now.
March the 14th.
It's the 14th, so today's the 3rd. So Dee Dee, what's 3 from 11? 3 from 14? 11, right? 11 days from now. And there are 4 candidates vying for those 2 seats. As I just said a while ago, we have Commissioner Angie Gray, and I say commissioner because she was a previous commissioner in the past. And once a president or commissioner, you still retain that title, at least in my eyes. But thank you for joining us again, Commissioner. Let's start by telling the folks who are listening, and by the way, you're being heard right now in at least 7 countries and at least 24 states that we have folks listening now, as well as right here in Palm Beach County. Just heard from a few of them a while ago asking me, why am I beating up on Neil so much? But you beat up on the ones you love and care about most.
Exactly.
But anyway, tell folks a little about Commissioner Gray and why are you seeking this office?
Okay, yes, thank you. My name is Angie Gray, and I'm running for Delray Beach City Commission, seat 4. Seat 4 is an open seat. Commissioner Shirley Johnson will be term limited out. But a little bit about me. I'm a 47-year resident of the city of Delray Beach. I have been actively involved in not only just Delray Beach, but in Palm Beach County for the last 15 years, serving on several boards. I've served on the Palm Beach County Healthcare District Board. I'm a former vice mayor of the city of Delray Beach. I currently serve on the CRA, the Community Redevelopment Agency Board. I have 3 children, 11 grandchildren. They're old, not me. And I've been married to the same guy, Kenneth Gray, for 36 years. I'm running for Delray Beach City Commission because I believe in the potential of our community and our assets that we have, and just to continue to make this place a better place for all of us.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner. If you before you go, John, if you're watching us, you can send your questions for Commissioner to Community Conversations, pbc@gmail.com, and obviously 561-665-0151. Go ahead, John.
Commissioner Gray, what are your plans to strengthen summer and after-school programs in the city?
All right. Yes, that's a very good question. For the last couple of years, I don't know if the community know this, but at the city of Delray Beach at Pompey Park, we don't really have a after-school program or a summer camp program like we used to. We used to have 300, 400, 500 children throughout of our city, not just Pompey Park, but the other parks as well. And I've been kind of fighting that, but we have a interlocal type of agreement with someone in the county that says that our children from the community cannot be in the same building at the same time as the after school care and the summer camp kids. And in that program right now, it's very sad because we only have 27 children and they used to take up both facilities. So I've been kind of fighting this right now. We're making some progress on it because we have the city commission, the mayor, and others that are on board now, and we're trying to come up with a solution to where we could probably put the 27 children that they do have back to, this is my plan, 27 children that we have back to the community center and open up Pompey Park for our youth again. As we know, some of us and a lot of us that are watching, we grew up at Pompey Park. That was our after school care. That was our summer camp. And now it's basically dead there. They don't have that many programs. They don't have, they have events every now and then, but I would love to see more programming there. And so that's one of the first things that I'm going to do when elected on March the 14th is to, bring back more programs and make sure that our Parks and Rec department really understand that this is what we need and what we want in our community. And I don't think a lot of people knew that.
Okay, let me just give a shout out. I'm getting texts here from folks in Pahokee. You are in Palm Beach County. And you are in the state of Florida. I did say, did not say 7 states. Oh, no, it says 7 countries and 24 states. But they're saying, shout out to folks in Pahokee. Hey, Nia, why don't you play shout out to them for me, please? Shout out to my friends out in Pahokee. I apologize earlier. I did not acknowledge you, but you got to call their citizens. Tell you what.
Shout out to my family, too, in Pahokee and Belle Glade.
But there you go. I tell you what, if you're watching us right now, you're listening to us, let's go ahead and chime in, right? So go ahead and what was it, roll call? Roll call. Let's go ahead and type in what were you listening from and where you calling from or where you hailing from right now. But anyway, Commissioner, except for football and basketball, youth engagement is at an all-time low in our beloved 3-time All-America City. What would you do to promote more youth engagement?
First of all, I would definitely like to set up a town hall, youth town hall, to get them engaged, sort of like a charrette, sort of like what we need to do or what we used to do in the city of Delray, and also bring that back. When I was last on the city commission, I had the first youth town hall meeting. And so I would love to hear from them. I mean, they know better than what I do about what they would like to do and how we can do it. And so that would be one of the first things that I would like to do to bring that back.
It kind of to piggyback off of that, Delray Beach once had a vibrant youth council. And so over the years, it's kind of fallen by the wayside. Would you be in favor of creating a youth master plan for Delray Beach?
Oh, yes, definitely. Everyone that knows me knows that the youth are just so special and dear to me, and our seniors as well. And so I will be doing whatever I can possibly do to make sure that we do try to. I did speak to our Parks and Rec directors about, their programs and different things. But I mean, they listen, but they haven't done anything about it. And I've had those conversations over the last year. So I definitely need the youth, and I need you all to help me to get that done.
Okay. Speaking of which, we saw 2 Fridays ago, the students at Atlantic High School stage a walkout in protest to the governor's ban on AP African American Studies course. By the way, I must add that our young man sitting across from you there, he was largely responsible for putting it together, even though now he's trying not to claim that he was behind it, but he was solely behind it. So Miss Edwards, if you're listening, Neil, what's your last name again? Neil Noah was largely responsible for that protest. What are your plans to strengthen your future leaders in this city?
Well, I thought that was amazing that they did the walkout. As a matter of fact,
So now that she says it's amazing, you're claiming ownership for it now.
Well, I mean, I'm not claiming.
No, he's claiming ownership.
Okay.
Now that you say it's amazing, he say, yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought it was amazing. My grandson, Josiah Gray, was there in school, and he's a freshman. He didn't know whether he should go or come or be a part of it, but he was even excited about it. So, I thought it was amazing that you guys did that, and please take ownership of that. We need leaders like that. We get bashed a lot of times because, we stand out and we're kind of doing some of the things that are not really popular. We don't know how they're going to turn out, but keep being the voice and being strong for what's right. Stand up and own it.
Commissioner Gray, according to the latest count, Carver Middle School lost 1,121 students who are zoned for that school. What is your action plan to bring those students back?
My action plan. I don't really have an action plan, but I would love to sit down and discuss what we can do to do that. The city of Delray Beach is, that's really a school board issue, but it does affect us here in Delray Beach and in our city. And so I don't really know, but I would love to sit down or try to connect, because that's what I do. I'm very good with connecting people that know more than I do. And so I would love to connect and to be in on some of the meetings so that we can decide what we can do about getting the children back to Carver Middle School, Atlantic. I mean, we did lose a lot of children during the pandemic. They just have not come back to school. So yeah, that's what I would do.
I have no question. I know the answer to this one, but I want you to answer it. Young lady here wrote, would you be in favor of schools going to 4 days as opposed to 5? But that's not a school. That's not a decision. No, it wasn't from you. It was from someone else.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So
I'm not school board, and
Right.
we're City of Delray, but I will try to answer. What was the question?
Would you be in favor of schools going to 4 days than 5?
I would need to know a little bit more.
Yeah. What do you say?
No, I'm saying help us get 4 days.
It seems like
Help you get 4 days school?
I have so many people who want 4 days school and want better food. Well, by the way, Commissioner is running for City Council, not school board. When Ms. Whitfield and Mr. Ferguson was here, you guys didn't ask the question. Anyway, Commissioner,
That's
anything
all right.
else?
We'll bring them back, and then you can ask them.
Bring him back. Okay. Anything else you want to add before you go?
No, I just want to say thank you so much. This is an amazing program. This is my first time here, but I look forward to coming back. I'm excited about what you all are doing here. And don't forget to vote on March the 14th.
We're getting a test here. I could assist Commissioner with that master plan. So I'll connect you with someone who wants to assist you with putting that master plan together.
Okay, no problem.
Now, Ms. Didi, any last questions for Commissioner before she goes?
I just want this school.
Neil, you always have a question.
I feel like if she were to win, our city would be in good hands. So.
Anyway, Commissioner, thank you for your time. You're always welcome. Oh, by the way, how long has this show been going on?
59 minutes and 6 seconds.
I didn't hear you.
59 minutes and 6 seconds.
No, how many years? See, Didi, help him over there, please. See, there you go, asleep again.
Since 2020, February 14th.
Okay.
So we just celebrated a birthday, third birthday. How many shows?
Celebrating my birthday too.
Okay, good. How many shows have you missed, Neil? How many shows have we missed?
Plenty. Wait, no, she's missed plenty, but we have missed one.
We have not missed one.
Oh,
You
that's
missed a lot.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
We have some catching up to do.
Yes,
But it's
ma'am.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for your time.
Well,
and
thank you.
thanks
Thank you
for
for
being here with
having me. I
us.
appreciate
bet.
you. See you
bet.
next time. Thank
Anyway.
you. Good night.
So, Brother John, what's on tap for the weekend?
Man, that's a good question. I hope to do a little relaxation. Busy last weekend, and so yeah, no, I actually hope to do a little bit of relaxation this weekend. You?
I am, tomorrow morning, we have our Soaring Eagles aviation program that starts at 9 o'clock for you guys who are listening. If you're in the elementary school and you want to kneel, pay attention. If you want to join Soaring Eagles, make sure you send a text to 561-665-0151 and you will receive the link. Again, 561-665-0151. And then tomorrow night, we'll be heading to the Kravitz Center. Good night, sweetheart. We'll be heading to the Kravitz Center for to see the play. What's the play again? The marching play. Drumline.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna head up to see that. So that's about it. And then Sunday, plan to see what it has in store. Rest, relaxation. We have a meeting this week. Do we have a meeting on Sunday?
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, no, we don't.
All right. Speaking of which, we would like a big birthday shout out since Denia Strawn's not around. Come on now. I need to get out of this seat.
Mine
But
March 6th, Monday.
you March. Oh, Commissioner, you have a birthday too?
March 6th.
March. You mean you're a Pisces?
I'm a Pisces.
Really? Happy birthday to you. Big shout out to Commissioner Angelita Gray, Miss M. Sue Jackson, Mr. Chris Harvey, Mr. Frank Barbieri, Mr. Clarence M. Vaughn, Miss Pearl Burke, Mr. George Ryan, Mr. Bobby Joe Jenkins, and Miss Marla Johnson Hazel. From all your friends here at Community Conversations. Happy birthday. John, you're going to have to help me with this, brother. They're out. I guess they're protesting. If you're a college graduate and are seeking paid internship at a Fortune 500 company, we may have a gig for you at companies such as State Farm, Walmart, and the Congressional Black Caucus. Contact us at 561-665-0151. Also, a huge thanks to all the adults, parents, grandparents, educators, and responsible community servants who every Friday night hang out with us to share ideas and instill value in these young people, the leaders of tomorrow. They say they hear about you or hear from you in the streets. We get your texts and emails, which they're coming in. What about us in Wellington? Okay, where's Wellington? Who cares about Wellington? We have listeners in Wellington too? Oh, you're from Wellington? Okay. You're indeed contributing to your community and as our mentors. And for that, we say thank you. What about us in Wellington? Royal Palm Beach, shout out. Well, these are your friends. They know you're on. Okay, a warm shout out to our team. Oh, I thought you already did this.
Yeah.
So why are we still? Look, come take this thing over. Anyway, Brother John, while they take this over, Neil, why don't you play something to get us out of here? Good night, sweetheart, or something.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
The cinema to-go-grapher and engineer behind tonight's show is Neil, and a proud product of our KRP Mentoring Network team at ATL High School. To find past community conversations, visit our YouTube channel and type in KLP Mentoring Network in the search bar. That will be about do it for this week edition of Community Conversations. Please join us again next week when we will have another dose of news by and about what young people are doing both in the community and around the world.
Yes, and remember to tell your friends about Community Conversations. Please like us, share, and let us know your thoughts by commenting. We hope you learned something tonight that will make a significant impact on your life. Young people, there's no greater investment you can make on a Friday night than being with like-minded people on Community Conversations.
Students are considering a career in broadcasting, journalism, or what to have fun speaking with people. Our Community Conversations team has a spot for you. Community Conversations will prepare you for success in broadcast industry. Learn from industry professionals in a live setting from comfort of your home. You'll master the technical skills required to control equipment, regulate audio, visual quality, and produce programs for radio or television. You can build confidence as you build a portfolio to launch your dream career as a radio or television broadcasting technician. To learn more, call 561-665-0151. Email communityconversationstation@bbc@gmail.com. And now let's hear from our sponsors.
Right now, delivering the things people need has never been more important. To all of our Amazon retail heroes on the floor, in the air, and behind the wheel, we want to thank you. We'll continue to do everything we can to keep you healthy, safe, and protected. The work you are doing means everything right now. Thank you.
Bring on spring with calculators that can help you color, videos that get to the point and keep your projects on point, and a store that rings your doorbell anytime you need it. This is doing like never before. This is today's Home Depot. How doers get more done.
All across the United States,
Families are paying too high a price
to cover the cost of home.
Rent and home ownership costs are skyrocketing.
while wages are not keeping pace. 1 in 6 families are forced to make impossible choices
between safe homes,
nutritious food,
healthcare,
access to good schools, or reliable transportation.
Which would you choose?
Which would you choose?
No family should have to pay more than half their income for a place to live.
Habitat for Humanity is taking a stand.
Habitat for Humanity is taking a stand.
I am taking a stand.
Yo estoy tomando una posición.
I am taking a stand. We are committed to find solutions and create policies
that allow for people to meet their most basic needs.
I believe that no matter where they live or how much they earn,
every family deserves a chance to thrive.
Join us.
Ayúdanos.
Join us.
Join us.
Help make the cost of home something we can all afford.
Thank you again to our sponsors for keeping us going.
If you like what you saw here tonight and wish to support the extraordinary work that KLP Mentoring Network does in our community, please like us and share our information with your friends on social media. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share community conversations with all your friends and family. As we wrap up tonight's session, we'll leave you with this message.
Oh, this world's a little crazy. Oh, you are mine.
Kids are irreplaceable, but 1 in 5 new COVID cases have been in kids. COVID vaccines prevent hospitalization and serious illness in kind, and kids are irreplaceable, but 1 in 5 new COVID cases have been in kids. COVID vaccines prevent hospitalizations and serious illness in kids and others, even from the Delta variant.
Find vaccines for everyone 5+ at www.vaccines.gov. Again, that's www.vaccines.gov. Have a great weekend, everyone. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you back here for Community Conversations next week. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in for another amazing rendition of Community Conversations. If you like what you saw tonight, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends, families, and even acquaintances. Be sure to tune back next week for another amazing edition of Community Conversation.